So, some interesting news in terms of the Premier League transfer window that I did want to talk about. Was something we maybe don't see as much of anymore, which is a straight swap deal between Everton and Crystal Palace for Dwight Mcneil and Bennett Johnson. Dwight Mcneil playing for Everton, be on his way to Crystal Palace. Bennett Johnson going the other way, going from Palace to Everton. This is interesting because obviously both similar types of players in terms of the position they play, in terms of the in terms of the fact they maybe wasn't in the most, they had moments last season for sure, but maybe wasn't playing as much football as they would like, and it's a chance for them both now to revive a bit and get going again at a different club. But pretty much it is just a straight swap, no fee or anything. They was obviously both interested in making the signings instead of negotiating and going through the usual formalities. Just decided to do a straight swap deal between the players, and I think that's actually good business for the clubs. They both got what they want out of it. They're both interested in making these signings. Both clubs have gained something here. Everyone's a winner really, and I think teams should maybe do this more. There seems to be this thing now that everyone has to win the transfer window almost. It's like everyone has to either get the highest fee for the players they're selling or bring the most players in. But no, sometimes this used to happen maybe more often. This maybe makes sense, just a straight swap deal. Sometimes that makes sense. Sometimes I think clubs maybe could utilise this more often. But it'll be interesting to see how that works out. Bennett Johnson to Palace certainly had his good moments, but didn't get going maybe as much as you would have hoped there. In an Everton side, maybe there's a real opportunity for there. It'll be a new look Everton. You've got Bennett Johnson, you've got Tyreek George in that attack as well. Looking forward to seeing how they will look next season. Actually, under David Moyes, it will be a very new look team. I feel you've already got players like Dewsbury Hall that have come in last season as well. That are fantastic. Jack Grealish as well. Will he sign permanently? So it could be a really good. Could be good. New era for Everton. And as for Palace, they have of course lost Glasner. Of course, they have lost a few players over the last year, big players, but they're certainly still looking to strengthen themselves. Dwight Mcneil, decent signing for them. It's a bit of a new era for Crystal Palace, I suppose, as well. A very successful one, though. Could be, they're in Europe next season, so you can see why they are desperate to strengthen, and I think they need to. Maybe over recent years, I don't think they've given Glasner enough to spend over recent years, particularly if you look at the players they sold. So we'll see what they can do this time round in the transfer market. So most of the updates I've done have been just Premier League news, but some news I did want to talk about from the players going abroad or players, affecting clubs abroad. Looks like Ferran Torres, the World Cup winning goal scorer, may well be heading for an exit at Barcelona, may well be in fact going to PSG, which that'll be an interesting one to keep an eye on. Speaking of Barcelona and Real Madrid, actually, both of them interested in Rodri. It's looking like Barcelona's front runner at the moment out of the two. Both of them two interested in Rodri. Could be interesting. Of course, he has got a bit of an injury, but they seem to be fairly confident that it's more short term, and they're making the signing. They won't have a problem over the course of the season. And I think if both clubs, either of them, got the opportunity, I think they'll be desperate to take it. Equally, I think City will be desperate to keep hold of him. You think Rodri and Anderson in the midfield next season, in what's a transitional year for them. I think they need all the quality they can get, and losing Rodri, we know how good he is. Maybe at times a bit underrated as well. One of the greats of his generation in that position. Maybe some would even say the best that's played that position in his generation as well. So City will be desperate to keep hold of him, but we'll have to see how that materialises over the rest of the window. But yeah, so some news there that caught my eye over the last day or so that I thought was worth coming on here doing a video about. But there will be some more stuff coming up soon, some predictions, some more Chelsea stuff, and all of that sort of stuff. Premier League starting very soon. Looking forward to that as well. Reckon I will do weekly predictions again in the Premier League as well. And yeah, do as much Chelsea coverage as possible, as much coverage of the Premier League and all of that as possible. So looking forward to the season starting now. It's really is fast approaching.